Tibok ang puso, wala ka nang magagawa kundi sundin ito. Oy, andyan na pala kayo. Good morning, kiddos! Alam niyo ba yung kinakanta ko kanina? Well, na-realize ko lang habang kinakanta ko yun, how amazing our heart really is. Truly, wala nga talaga tayong magagawa because as long as we live, our hearts will continue to beat. Sakto nga lang din na yung topic natin today may kinalaman dun sa kinakanta ko. Alam niyo ba kung ano yun? Tama! It's the heart or puso. Pero bago tayo magsimula ng ating lesson for today, let's have a game first. I want you to get a sheet of paper and a ball pen. So for 10 seconds, I will be flashing a series of jumbled letters. And all you have to do is to arrange them so that you'll be able to form a word which is related to the heart. Are you kids ready?
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to demonstrate understanding of the functions of the circulatory system in the body, to identify the different structures of the heart and its function, to discuss the importance of the valves in the heart, to label the parts of the heart, and to answer at least 10 out of a 15-item quiz correctly. The circulatory system. The circulatory system is also known as the cardiovascular system, from the word cardio, which means heart, and vascular, which means blood vessels. The functions of the cardiovascular system include 1. To circulate blood. 2. To transport vital elements such as nutrients and oxygen to the different parts of the body. These nutrients and oxygen should be delivered to every cell to be able to carry out different life processes and sustain life. And 3. To remove metabolic wastes. In simple words, the cardiovascular system is the main transportation system of the body. The major structures of the cardiovascular system are the heart, blood vessels, and blood. Heart, the living pump. It is a cone-shaped muscular organ about the size of your fist. It is a type of involuntary muscle which pumps blood throughout the body. On an average, the heart beats about 100,000 times a day. The heart is located in the thoracic cavity between the lungs towards the left side of the chest. Here are some trivia facts about the heart. Let us now learn about the structures of the heart. The heart is divided into two sides, the right and the left side. The right side of the heart receives and pumps deoxygenated blood or oxygen-poor blood from the body into the lungs. On the other hand, the left side of the heart receives and pumps oxygenated blood or oxygen-rich blood from the lungs into the body. The right and the left side of the heart is divided by a wall called the septum, which prevents the mixing of the deoxygenated and oxygenated blood. Alright kiddos, do not get confused with this one because most of the students get confused with this anatomical position. Imagine that there is a person standing in front of you. His left side is actually your right side, and his right side is your left side. Same goes with the diagram of the heart. So this diagram is facing you. That's why whenever I say the right side of the heart, I am actually referring to the left side of yours, and vice versa. The heart is made up of three layers of tissues: endocardium, myocardium, and pericardium. The endocardium is the innermost layer of the heart. It is a thin, smooth membrane which lines the chambers of the heart and forms the surface of the valves. The myocardium, or the middle layer, refers to the muscular wall of the heart, or the heart muscle. The pericardium, or the outermost layer of tissue, is a tough, double-walled, membranous fluid-filled fibrous sac which encloses the heart. It functions to protect the heart and serves as a lubrication system, a shock absorber, and anchoring bolts. Here's a simple analogy for you to remember the three layers of tissues. Here's a hard-boiled egg. The eggshell represents the pericardium. This is the outermost layer. If you remove the eggshell, you'll see the egg white, and it represents the myocardium, the middle layer. Once you remove the egg yolk, you will see a depression. The surface of that depression represents the endocardium, or the innermost layer of tissue. The heart is made up of 4 hollow chambers. 2 upper chambers, which receive blood either from the body or from the lungs, are called atria. And we have the 2 lower chambers, called the ventricles, which pump blood either to the lungs or to the entire body. If you will be particular with the location, use the singular form. So you say left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. Another distinct structure of the heart are the valves. These are muscular, flap-like structures which prevent the backward flow of blood in the heart. There are 4 valves inside the heart. These are tricuspid valve, mitral valve, pulmonary valve, and aortic valve. Please take note of the spelling of each valves as well as the correct pronunciation. These 4 valves are classified into 2. The tricuspid valve and mitral valve are known as the atrioventricular valves. Atrioventricular because they are found between the atria and the ventricles. The pulmonary valve, or also known as the pulmonic valve, and the aortic valve are called the semilunar valves. Their openings are like half moons. Let's learn more about these valves. Again, the atrioventricular valves are the tricuspid valve and the bicuspid valve. Tricuspid valve has 3 flaps, hence the name tricuspid, that open and close, allowing blood to flow from the right atrium to the right ventricle in your heart. The bicuspid valve, or mitral valve, is a valve with 2 flaps, hence the name bicuspid, that lies between the left atrium and the left ventricle. The semilunar valves. Pulmonary or pulmonic valve lies between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery. It allows blood to leave the heart via the arteries. Aortic valve lies between the left ventricle and the aorta. It prevents the backflow of blood when the left ventricle pumps blood into the aorta. Let us watch this video animation to have a clearer view of the different structures of the heart. The heart has 4 chambers, 2 small upper chambers called atria, and 2 larger lower chambers called ventricles. The right and left atrium is separated by a thin, muscular wall called interatrial septum, whereas the right and left ventricles are separated by a thick wall called interventricular septum. Septum separates the right side and the left side of the heart to prevent the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Valves ensure that blood flows only in one direction and prevent the backwards flow when atria and ventricles contract. There are 4 valves within the heart: tricuspid valve, mitral valve, pulmonary valve, and the aortic valve. Tricuspid valve guards the opening between the right atrium and the right ventricle. The mitral valve, also known as the bicuspid valve, guards the opening between the left atrium and the left ventricle. The openings of right and left ventricles into the pulmonary artery and the aorta are guarded by 2 semilunar valves the pulmonary valve, and the aortic valve. There you have it, kiddos. I do hope na marami kayo natutunan sa lesson natin today on the functions of the circulatory system as well as the structures of the heart. Now, to check your understanding of our lesson, we will be having a 15-item quiz. Please get a clean sheet of paper and a ball pen. The instructions on what to do will be flashed on the next slide. How well did you do? I do hope you'll get a perfect score on this one. To check your answers, please click the link on the description box below. And don't forget to key in your scores on the comment section. Well, I do hope you had a great time learning about the circulatory system and the structures of the heart. So if you did, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell for updates on my upcoming video lessons. Bye! And remember that I heart you all.